All right, Drake Riggs here, live on the scene, back at it, you guys. Today, very special guest, the undefeated man himself, owner of one of the biggest upsets in MMA history, period. Danny Lafever, man, been wanting to do this since summertime now, so very happy to get to talk to you, man. Just first of all, how was the New Year's treating you and like the holidays? What was the season like?
It's actually been really well. Just moved to my new place, just getting kind of situated in here, and just living.
Yeah. Did you do anything crazy, or was it like you just have to be tame during this time?
Yeah. We can't be doing too much, social distancing and all the face mask stuff. So it's kind of. I don't know. Weird.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, just 2020 overall for you. I know we talked about it a little bit off air just now, but like more positive than negative for you. How was it?
I started a new job. I got divorced, so that was a negative. But I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. So, I'm healthy. I'm here. Kids are healthy. So
that's all you can ask for, man. And so, of course, we're gonna get into the story of the fight and everything. That's the big thing. That was 6 days before I was 8 years old. October 25th, 2003. Before we get to that, you touched on it there, the new job. If you don't mind me asking, like, what are you doing these days? Like, what's day-to-day life for you? Like,
so I've been a union carpenter for the last 13 years. I built scaffold. Okay. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a good trade, been a good career. So, yeah.
All right, very cool. So, were you doing that at the time then of, when this fight came together and everything? 13 years. My math isn't great. That's a little closer.
No, I was an electrician for about 5 years, and that ran into the fight, timeline. But then after my fight, I just wanted to do something different. So,
yeah. And what is your fighting, like your background experience like overall? I think, I wanted to do limited amount of research as I could for this, just, to get it out of you. But like, I heard like a little bit of boxing, or like, what's the overall experience for you?
Well, my family, my cousins, they were both Golden Glove boxers and whatnot. But I never did any professional anything. I mean, I've messed around at the gym a little bit here and there with my cousins and stuff, but nothing really too crazy or anything. But I would say I'm definitely a boxer more than anything. I wrestled for a year or two in high school, but that's not my forte. But
yeah, and obviously you had enough interest in MMA to actually go through with this and everything as we get into it. But like, was that ever something you thought about earlier on, like as it was coming up? Because around this time was like MMA was still very new, and like Ultimate Fighter 1 days and everything. So like, I'm sure you were paying attention, right?
Yeah, I was, but I mean, I don't know. Some people have it in their blood and they want to fight, they like it, and I don't know. I just didn't have it. I just didn't have the drive, you know what I mean? And so for me, it was just a one and done type thing. I mean, I didn't ever look much past that. I wanted to, have a family and have a career and just go down that path instead. So, I mean, that's just what I decided to do,
Yeah, of course. But still a fan. You watched, of course, we just talked about the Holloway fight last night. So you keep up. Where would you lay on the hardcore casual scale? Everyone talks about that. Like, how much of a fan are you?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty diehard. I try to catch them all, I mean, when you have to work, you can't really watch them. But I have people over and we have little get-togethers and stuff. But yeah, so I'm probably 9.
Okay.
9 out of 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Any favorite fighters you got specifically that stand out?
Yeah, I mean, I like TJ Dillashaw. Poirier's a stud. Holloway is obviously really good. I like all those guys.
Well, you mentioned Poirier, then we got to talk about that fight real quick. I mean, what do you think about that rematch? How different it'll be? Because I'm pretty sure it should be pretty different. It's been a while since that first one at featherweight and everything, but give me a quick prediction, man. Like, how do you feel about that one?
I don't know. It's been a minute since McGregor fought, and so I don't know if McGregor's going to come out and you're going to see the fighter, that gasses out, or you're going to see the guy that can actually go 5 rounds. We'll see. I mean, and if he Poirier can take a shot. Last time he caught him and he was out. So we'll see. I think Poirier, if it goes past 3, he wins.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that seems like the general common consensus at least.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's the exciting part. We'll find out and everything. So. All right, let's kind of get into the story of the fight now and everything. So many questions about it. And first of all, let's start with, like, you knew Benji prior, I'm assuming. It wasn't just like, I'm going to jump right into this, give me anybody. Like, there's some story to it, right?
Right, yeah. So, I mean, he went to Castle Rock High School, and I went to Kelso High School, and so we're like 15 minutes apart, and so he was tough guy there, kind of tough guy, whatever. And we hung out a lot of the parties and whatnot, so we knew each other really well. Mm-hmm. So, I was dating a gal for a while, and they kind of started hanging out, and so I just kind of went from there. And
was it their animosity then? Was it like you mentioned the rivalry a little bit there, but was it more of a fun thing, I guess I should say, like, all right, let's just fight, man? Or
it was more of a fun thing for us. We have always got along. We still do get along. I mean, there's never been any bad blood. It was basically he wanted to fight, I wanted to fight, and why do it on the streets and risk getting in trouble when you can do it legally? So we kind of put it together, and we just got in there and got her done, slugged it out.
Was it kind of weird, like from a mental standpoint for you, because at the time he was 15-1, right? So you're like, all right, obviously I'm going against a guy who knows more than I do, and he's actually a pro and everything. Like, how did you think about that stuff? You're just like, fuck it, let's go.
Well, I've never been one to back down from a fight. I mean, whatever, it is what it is. But I just know, in UFC and any kind of boxing, everybody has a puncher's chance. And, I trained my ass off, and despite what everybody wants to think or say, I did train really hard, and I took it fucking serious. And so I just, I was like, if he wins, good for him. If I win, I win. You know what I mean? So that was my outlook on it. And, got to thank God. He's the one that deserves all the credit. So that was my outlook on it. And I just trained my butt off and went out there and got her done.
What was the sanctioning process like for this? Because nowadays I feel like it'd be very hard to put together, depending on who you are, but like somebody making their debut against a guy who's 15-1, like on paper that looks a little crazy. Was it hard to make it happen in that sense?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I think it was pretty just straightforward. Signed a little contract, winner gets this, loser gets this, and you got to get in there and slug it out.
So I mean, it's been a while since then, obviously. But is it okay to ask how much you got paid for the fight?
Yeah, I actually ended up winning like $3,500 altogether. Okay. So, not a bad payday. I mean,
And you won too,
right? And I won. So.
And this was in like the Clark County Fairgrounds, or am I way off, or is that?
No, it was in the Clark County Fairgrounds at the amphitheater.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
It was a local fight, so it was a pretty big, good venue. Mm-hmm. A lot of people.
Were you guys like the main event, or was it just like a one fight thing? I have no idea about that.
No, there was actually like 13 fights,
or
12, I think. But yeah, we were the main event. But yeah, there was actually a lot of good fights that card.
All right.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. It would be the main event. And man, just like watching back, the fight clip and everything, it's funny, resurface like the last 20 seconds of it. It's like only a 55-second fight, right? Less than a minute, which is crazy and everything. But you watch it back, resurfacing in the summer and everything. Place blew up, man. And you were so happy. Like, because it was such a crazy moment to see that. Just everybody who knew about it. And so, like, for you, man, how did you describe like that moment of like, holy shit, I did it. I just knocked out Benji Radach.
I mean, the emotions were high. It was crazy. I don't even remember half of the end of it. I jumped out of the freaking ring. It was crazy. Dude, I had all my friends and family support right there. And so it was just a wild, undescribable feeling.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, on my back of my mind, I'm like, damn, that really just happened? Okay, here we go.
How long did that like buzz last for, right? Because I'm sure people were hitting you up nonstop for like how long?
People still talk about it to this day. I still get people that want to inquire about it and ask questions. But
here we are.
I mean, yeah, it's still like I still have people buy me drinks at the bars and stuff, and it's cool. I tell people the story a little bit. And I just I kind of keep it to myself about it. I'm not out there trying to stir up a big mess or anything. But a lot of people around here know the whole story anyway. But it's mostly new people or outsiders, Yeah.
So, of course, you said just do a one and done type thing. What it was, you've stuck to that so far. MMA retirements are a bit silly. They don't ever last or anything. But like after that happened and going out there winning the way you do, was it harder to be like, man, maybe I should try this again? I just knocked out a guy with 16 fights.
It obviously crossed my mind. Something like that has to, but or when something like that happens, it has to. But for me, it just wasn't there. I know if in order to be great at something, you have to be all in, and I wasn't. And so, you know, that's what I didn't want to go out there and be a half-assed or mediocre, you know. And so I just, you know, didn't want to put myself out there.
Well, it's very admirable. You know, not a lot of people can manage that, as we've seen.
Yeah.
But as for like promotions and stuff, did anybody hit you up like trying to get you to fight again? I'm sure.
Yeah, I had the Lucky Eagle Casino contact me. I've had a couple prominent people around here contact me. I actually was called about the first UFC Who Wants to Be UFC Challenge fight. Mm-hmm. I got a call for that, but I told them no about that too. I've turned down everything. I mean, I've had a couple interviews or calls about you know, taking a fight card, 3-win fight streak, shot at UFC, and I've just told everybody no. You know, mm-hmm. So but I mean that's been a while, right, but yeah.
Right. Well, all right. Speaking of that, just kind of segue as we've talked about, you know, leading up to this and everything, but maybe you've been entertaining the idea of a rematch with Benji, right? I mean, let's get into that a little bit. Tell me more.
I mean, we've kind of kicked it around, you know. It's more. I think it's more of just a. I mean, I'm sure he'd like to get in there and do it again, but for me, it's just more of a, you know, topic, just a laughing, haha, whatever. But I mean, I might do it. I don't know. We'll see. He'd be, if I ever did get back in, and it would be him only. Mm-hmm. I would only fight him, but you know, we'll see where it goes. We're kind of discussing it a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
Still very premature, though.
Right. Yeah.
Not too close. Or anything.
Yeah. I told him he'd be like the Roy Jones, Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah. There you go. That'd be perfect. Running back in the Clark County Fairgrounds now. Well, man, I don't know. That might be all I got for you, but if there was a price you could, because everybody's got a price, right? How much would it take to actually get you to do it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really. The money was never even the topic or issue or goal or anything. It was just more get in there and just get it done, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah.
But
fan first, unless it's a Benji rematch.
There we go.
All right, Danny. Well, I will leave you with this then, man. 2021, you know, trying to get out of this craziness in the world and everything. Just like goals in life, of course. Maybe nothing to do with fighting or whatever, but what are you looking forward to do, like going forward?
I don't know, man. The way things are, I'm just continuing to focus on my career, working, my kids, you know, make sure they're taken care of. And, you know, I mean, I feel like God always provides. So as long as you follow that path, I feel like, you know, you're going to have highs and lows no matter what. But just try to take that high road and move, you know, keep plugging away.
Yeah, of course, man. Well, all right, this was awesome, dude. I'm so happy that we could make this happen and everything. Been wanting to do it for a while, but I will leave you with that, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, give it a like and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Until then, we'll see you next time.